Hey, what up? Let me show you how you can take your mix from this
Ain't for the thieves, how's it going low? Fire hot, they lay shit on low. You can never fumble if you're coming for the zoo.
to this, my dog. To this, to this, to this, to this, to this.
Ain't for the thieves, how's it going low? Fire hot, they lay shit on low. You can never fumble if you're coming for the zoo. Stepping on peanuts. Stepping on peanuts. Niggas and nanas are 2 feet.
Alright. I'm gonna waste your time. So I'm gonna switch on the ad libs, and then I can start to show you how we got here. And then if you feel like you like this preset, I'm gonna leave this preset on the description below. You can get it for free, my dog. So this is how we're sounding with the ad libs.
Ain't for the thieves, how's it going low? Fire hot, they lay shit on low. You can never fumble if you're coming for the zoo. Stepping on peanuts. Stepping on peanuts. Niggas and nanas are 2 feet. For those who left bros to a beach. No more stains up for them cheek. Tell my mama finna make this shit. All you can do, just pray for the key.
Alright. I get it. Didi got made. Shout out to them boys for this song. I was also featured. So I'm currently mixing my verse here. This is my verse. I was working on this project with Konix and then Ice King. So I'm just gonna show you my verse preset. So I'm gonna switch off these plugins here, and then we can start it, right? Okay.
Paying for the keys, how's it going low? Fire hot, they lay shit on low.
So my first plugin here was CLA to a mono. Yo, you know this PC can like just try to embarrass you in front of many phambi kwabantu. Come on, okay. So my setting here is very simple. My gain is like on 39, peak reduction on 46, and then my high frequency on flat. So what happens with this here, the gain is like adding the volume, and then peak reduction of like balancing it, and then this I'm sounding with it. Okay,
Paying for the keys, how's it going low? Fire hot, they lay shit on low. You can never fumble if you're coming for the zoo.
Okay, and then after that we're gonna go to EQ F6. So what I did here on this EQ is very simple. I just boost my highs about 4 dB. Any EQ can do this. You just go and boost from 10k, boost about 4 dB, and then also on 1k deep about negative 5.4, and then high cut high frequencies, actually let me just say low cut about 185. On that parametric EQ FL Studio style plugin, it's like high pass, I think. So yes, that's why I was talking about high pass some shit, but then you can just like low cut about 185 to just get that kind of clear voice, and then this I'm sounding.
Paying for the keys, how's it going low? Fire hot, they lay shit on low. You can never fumble if you're coming.
And then another EQ just to add some air. So on this EQ here, I just lock out about 19 here. This is surgical EQ, but then I don't even do too much. And then also add about 4.4 dB of from 8k just to get this type sound.
Paying for the keys, how's it going low? Fire hot, they lay shit on low.
Yeah.
You can never fumble if you're coming for the zoo.
And then NS1 just to, you can use Fruity Limiter also, Fruity Limiter, the next get preset. So this one here, I'm just like killing the room noise. Yes, I said it right.
Time for the keep stars, you gonna know.
Like it's on 22. You can just go to 24, 22, 24, 20. That's where you're supposed to play it to get that kind of smooth, normal, beautiful sound.
Time for the keep stars, you gonna know. Why hot daily shit on low? You can never fumble.
Without these plugins,
Time for the keep stars, you gonna know. Why hot daily
with
shit
them
on
on,
low? You can never fumble if you coming for the zoo.
you see it's only 4 plugins, but then we sound full already. So I'm gonna go to Meta Flanger. You can use Fruity Flanger and then just use the normal preset and then drop it about the same thing I did here. Drop it about 19%. So here I'm using the preset Reflective Room 1, the triangle waveform here, and then mix on 18, feedback on 57, delay on 50, rate heads is like 1.84. That's all I did, and then I come here, I drop it about 19% just to get that kind of space on that vocal.
Time for the keep stars, you gonna know. Why hot daily shit on low?
You see, it's sounding more platey.
Time for the keep stars, you gonna know. Why hot daily shit on low? You
Without
can never
it,
fumble if you coming for the zoo. Stepping on, stepping on, stepping
with it
on,
on.
bean. Stepping on, stepping on, stepping on, bean. Nigga.
And then after that, another compressor. So I'm gonna switch on this beat here so that you can hear the difference when I load in the second compressor.
Time for the keep stars, you gonna know. Why hot daily shit on low?
So listen carefully when I load in the compressor, and then I'm gonna explain after.
Time for the keep stars, you gonna know. Why hot daily shit on.
Without it,
Time for the keep stars, you gonna know. Why hot daily shit on.
now with it on.
You can never fumble if you coming for the zoo. Stepping on, stepping on, stepping on, bean. Stepping on, stepping on, stepping on, bean.
Okay, so what I did here is like my threshold is like on -8, my ratio on 2.05, gain on 2.5, and then my attack on 55, release on 177. That's all I did here, and then I'm sounding like this.
Time for the keep stars, you gonna know. Why hot daily shit on low? You can never fumble if you coming for the zoo.
And then I had too many reverbs on this vocal preset, so I'm gonna switch on this this reverb. So on this reverb here, my weight is like on 33, early on 49%, 100 here, decay 1.5, not too much, not too crazy. Pre-delay on 0.44, and then switch on the tempo. This first reverb, I don't want that pre-delay which is like giving that kind of heavy feedback. I just want the feedback that is like corresponding to the beat, right? And then my room size here is like on 33, very small, and then high cut about 6.7, low cut about 575, and then this I'm sounding with this reverb on.
Time for the keep stars, you gonna know. Why hot daily shit on low? You can never fumble if you coming for the zoo.
You know, with this thing so far, I can release this song here. I can release these vocals, and then you would think like we mastered, we did so. Yo, what am I saying? But then you can hear like already this preset is full. Without this preset,
Time for the keep stars, you gonna know. Why hot
I'm
daily
turning it
shit
on.
low? You can never fumble if you coming for the zoo. Stepping on, stepping on, stepping on, bean. Stepping on, stepping on, stepping on, bean. Niggas and nanas are 2 feet. For those who left bros to a beach. No more staying so empty. Tell my mama finna make this shit. All you can do just pray for the kid.
So you see, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plugins in, and then we're sounding so full. And then just to go crazy again, I did too much of EQing, so I loaded another noise dispenser. This time around, I go about 20%. I told you it's like 20, 22, 24. That's crazy. And then this is how I'm sounding.
Time for the keep stars, you gonna know. Why hot daily shit on low? You can never fumble if you coming for the zoo. Stepping on, stepping on.
The reason why when we get here, this reverb goes like crazy is because of this automation here. So I'm going to show you how I automated it. So let's start focusing this one.
Time for the keep stars, you gonna know.
And then now I load in the sound goodizer, but they're not too crazy, just a little bit of it. Cause like yo, you can kill your voice with this thing here. So you're gonna find your what's this, your thing like this about here, and then just drop it down. You don't want too much, and then make sure you're using key B, but then you can play around to a preferred. But then I think the best one is B. This I'm standing with this thing on.
Paying for the teams, how's it going low? Boy, hot, they lay shit on low. You can never fumble if I coming for the zoo. Stepping on, stepping on, stepping on peanuts. Stepping on, stepping on, stepping on peanuts.
Okay, and then now I'm gonna switch on the send, the first send, which is like I'm having the delay here. On this delay here, nothing crazy. It's like my time on 8. I'm using delay model is ping pong, and then my level on 26, weight on 100, input weight is like on 76, and then my level on 5, my level feedback distortion here is like my level on 12.1. Knee, I think knee is on 12.1 also. I don't know, just boost about. They're not showing me how I played with this thing here, cause like you see when okay, you see they're playing with me, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. And then symmetry here, you look here on this diagram here, like this, it shows you how you're playing with it. So like yeah, and then I went to it, came down here, I send it about 45% of the delay, and then this is how it's sounding.
Paying for the teams, how's it going?
I'm gonna switch on the beat. I'm gonna switch off the beat now.
Paying for the teams, how's it going low? Boy, hot, they lay shit on low. You can never fumble if I coming for the zoo. Stepping on, stepping on, stepping on beat.
And then after that, another send, which is like on this send here. It's a bass. On this bass here, I'm using Fruity Flanger. Default preset, I leave it like that. The Fruity chorus, default, leave it like that. Vintage chorus, default preset. And then load in the reverb. On this reverb here, my weight is like on 61 now. Early on 50. My room size very small, and then decay on 1.8, pre-delay on 46, but then this time around the tempo is off, and then the high card on 4, also the low card on 265. Now I send it about 22%, and this is how I'm sounding.
Paying for the keys, how's it going low? Boy, hot, they lay shit on low. You can never fumble if I coming for the zoo.
Without these 3 insert plugins,
Paying for the keys, how's it going low? Boy, hot, they
I
lay
mean,
shit
so
on
work,
low.
work,
You
work,
can
work.
never fumble if I
Let
coming
me
for
see
the
them
zoo.
on.
Stepping on, stepping on, stepping on peanuts. Stepping on, stepping on, stepping on beat.
And then again, another reverb. I told you I went with too many reverbs here, so I'm using GW3 stereo. I don't know if it's a reverb or what, but then it gives me the kind of reverb playful role, right? So I just loaded this plugin here, and then I went about 4950 in intensity, and then I left it like that. Switch off the delay. We don't want the delay now. Leave on the doubler, the reverb. This is why I'm saying this thing sound gives more reverb work. And then this is how I'm sounding.
Paying for the keys, how's it going low? Boy, hot, they lay shit on low. You can never fumble if I coming for the zoo.
You see, it gives that kind of reverb work.
Niggas and nanas are 2 feet.
And then another send, which is like on this send here. I think I went too crazy here though. I went too crazy here. But then these are the sends. They don't have the much impact as the vocal preset, right? As the main vocal preset. This one is like just adding some sauce, how you just designing your sound, right? So I have this IDX Intelligent Dynamics mono. I'm just playing with my dynamics here, so I use the preset vocal to front, and then the sibilants here, just killing some on the vocal, and then the NLS channel mono, just giving some drive, and then the VKA group just to have that kind of feeling to that vocal, right? Also, the studio preset here, I'm using Nevo. You can play with them, these three, just to your preferred. And then lastly, the Fruity Flanger again, the default preset, but then this time around, I put it on, it's like on 19%. And then this, I'm sounding with this.
Time for the keep stars, you gon' know. Why hot, they lay shit on, no. You can never fumble if I coming for the zoo. Stepping on, stepping on, stepping on peanuts. Stepping on, stepping on, stepping on peanuts. Niggas and nanas are 2 feet. But those
Okay, and then after that, another, I think this is the last one. The last send, which is like on this one here, I have the Abbey Road plate mono. So here I'm just adding that kind of play to the, you know what it means though. You know what it means, because like the more I explain, the more I get it wrong. And then the EQ, REQ again. Here I kill all the highs and the lows, just leave the mids. And then yeah, just to give you that kind of shape. And then my percent here is like on 28. And then this is how I'm sounding with this.
time for the keep stars, you gon' know. Why hot, they lay shit on, no. You can never fumble if I coming for the zoo. Stepping on, stepping on, stepping on peanuts. Stepping on, stepping on, stepping on peanuts.
Last but not least, the deep vocal, the deep vox. I'm using Double 4. I don't know when you using FL Studio plugins, you can use pitch shifter, but then I don't think it gives that kind of vibe. You gotta find yourself a third-party plugin to get this type of deep or dark or robotic or scary demonic voice. So I'm using this preset dark fader here, and then I switched off the direct, the main one here. I switched it off so that I can just have like some pen vocals. And then this is how I'm sounding. I'm gonna switch off this beat so you can hear.
Time for the keep stars, you gon' know. Why hot, they lay shit on, no. You can never fumble if I coming for the zoo. Stepping on, stepping on, stepping on peanuts. Stepping on, stepping on, stepping on peanuts. Niggas and nanas are 2 feet. For those who left.
So the purpose of this thing here is like just giving me some backbone to that vocals, to just give like, okay, you think there's like demonic person recording behind me or like repeating after me. So like yeah. And then now we're gonna go to the ad-libs. This is where, oh, okay, fine. About this delay here, how you can, reverb, how you can automate your reverb here. So you can pull up to your reverb here, slide in.
Time for the keep stars, you gon' know. Why hot.
I wanna show you what happens with this automation.
Time for the keep stars, you gon' know. Why hot, they lay shit on, no. You can never fumble if I coming for the zoo.
You saw what happens when it gets to this part here. Look to the wetness, to the wet level. I'm gonna leave my thing here so that you can see what I mean. Look at this one, eh?
No, you can never fumble if no. You can never fumble if I coming for the zoo.
You see, it automates itself, like it goes up and down by itself. That gives you some more time, more creative way to do your thing. So like what you do here, you just come right click here. You start by highlighting where you wanna automate, and then you just like right click and then create automation. So let's try to automate the decay, create automation on this decay, and then you can just double click here, maximize it, just go crazy with it, just go crazy. Stay away from your speakers, from your earphones, from your sound. I'm about to blast your ears now. This is gonna sound crazy. You saw what happens. So I'm gonna get back to this so that you can see what happens on this, on the decay, and then the wetness level. It goes up and then down by itself, like.
You gonna fumble if I come for the zoo. Stepping on beat.
You see, and then back to normal. It doesn't require you to like just go inserting too many inserts, trying to give you some bounce. And then now we're going to the ad libs. So my ad libs are very, very simple though.
Quite hot daily shit on loop.
It's like on 4 here. 4, where's my 4?
Quite hot daily shit on loop.
So what I have here, I have the doubler and then the reverb. Okay, I'm using the hall and then fruity parametric EQ, just like low cut, and then S1 image, giving it like that kind of stereolizing it, and then the fruity fruity pen automatic. It's like automatic pen, right? You see, it's moving here, so like it gives my ad libs that kind of left and right sound, like.
Quite hot daily shit on loop. Quite hot daily shit on loop.
See what I mean? And then yeah, just like that. And then on this one, it's 4 again, so I'm using the same send as this one. How about this one? Same send. I think they're using same sends, all of them. But then here I'm pretty sure I did some trick. This trick that I did here is very simple. You gotta also check it, try it. It's very dope. It's like you stack too many of like your ad libs, and then you just do pen, like, you see. So it's like you go stack a lot of ad libs, and then you just separate them left and right, and then you get that kind of sound. So I'm gonna play with the ad libs on now, and then you're gonna tell me what you think, and then I'm gonna leave this preset on the description down below. You can download it for free, and then yeah, this is how it sound in my dog.
Thank you for the teams, how's you going low? Quite hot daily shit on low. You gonna fumble if I come for the zoo. Stepping on peanuts. Stepping on peanuts. Niggas and nanas are 2 feet. For those who left bros to a beach. No more staying so part and cheat. Tell my mama finna make this shit. All you can do, just pray for the key. Tell I make money before making keys. Trust no hold up, so one team. One false no shit, my go down. Done hype, bro, everybody send round. Break the house, they call it vibe. But it's too fresh, first I decline. You be shit better than mine. And we spend tens on just to fly. Boom, baya.